Bert is Bert, fly high is Bert is the word is Bert. Does it something, haters getting hurt, drops of golden nuggets, Bert. Bert, fly high is Bert is the word is
All right, you guys, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well. What's today? Losing track of the days here. So many days just start to blend together so fast. I believe today's Tuesday. What's up? Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Oh, man. Once the bull run's in full swing and the bull run's over, too, I mean, a lot of people I know are already going to come back, just kind of watch this, study this. A lot of you guys that are showing up here as well. Feel free to leave a comment in the live stream as well. What's up, SPZ? Yeah, this song goes absolutely crazy. You guys are missing out the live stream. You're missing out on the amazing intro of the Bert the Bird song. It goes crazy. It's one of my favorite songs. Definitely gets stuck in my head too. My girlfriend even sings it sometimes too. So it's pretty funny. She makes her own version, but hey, it's still funny, and she's onboarded over here to Bert. We can look at some price actions, some charts, some fib levels, that kind of stuff. We'd love to hear from you guys. Feel free to request to come up here on the spaces. And then soon, I haven't decided yet, but soon I actually have to send a custom link to you guys if you ever want to come up on the live stream side of things. I know a bunch of you guys would probably prefer that. So let me know if you guys ever want to come up on the live stream. It's super easy. I know a lot of you guys have probably never done it. Super easy. You don't have to show your face or anything. There's a camera option. You can also share your screen. So if you're ever charting with me or just want to show some bull posts, what have you, let me know. Let me know. You're more than welcome to do that as well. All right. Let's get into it. XRP up. Let's see. I have it on the monthly. I was going to say we're not up 300% today, although it feels like that with this RLUSD news. Welcome, everyone. Feel free to hit the button on the bottom left, like on the bottom right, like and retweet the spaces here, the show, the live stream. If you guys are bullish on the space, XRP meme coins, Bert's, of course, here. Shout out to everyone tuning in. I see Crypto Guru, MD, Sir Bert, SPZ, XOps. I see a Flare. And then, of course, we have Bert the Bird account joining us here on Spaces. We got a bunch of you guys here in the live stream as well. What's up, everyone? I see XRP Memes 3000 just joined us as well. What's up, you guys? All right, XRP, we'll just jump into things here. XRP sitting at 7% up on the daily, sitting at $2.37. We hit a local bottom last night, it looks like, about actually this morning, right? 5 hours ago? Yeah, 5 hours ago. We're at $1.94. I mean, I guess on the 24-hour, we're up only 7, but we're up quite a bit from the actual low. So definitely more than, 7.17%. So you love to see XRP doing well. Obviously, the XRP news today Let's actually look. Okay, and my market cap just crashed on me. Let's refresh it. Let's do it again. Okay. Top five tokens. Obviously, we won't count Tether. XRP is the only token up right now on the 24-hour, even in the top 10, besides Tron of 5%. XRP is leading the way in the top 10 tokens. So know what you hold, have strong conviction, be patient, be super patient here. On the 7 day, most tokens are down about 5 to 10%. Wow, Tron's down 30%. I didn't know that. But yeah, XRP continuing to lead the way even on the 7 day as well, it seems like. And then, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum sitting around 1% at this range. So very fascinating to continue to watch. And of course, minus Tether, XRP could flip Tether pretty easily here at this level again. So super fascinating here. XRP holding memes, being bullish, being this early on a top three chain, potentially flipping Ethereum this cycle as well, which is like around $7 to $9, which I said would be the max extension depending how high ETH runs this cycle. And then if we flip XRP, I mean, we're talking like $10 to $20 per XRP token. So very fascinating. A lot is about to happen in the cycle. I can feel it. I can feel it deep down. If you guys are in my alpha chat, if you're not in my alpha chat, shoot me a DM right now. Happy to get you guys sorted. If you're not, you don't want to be trading and doing this space alone. But if you if you're just not bullish on the space or don't even understand what's going on, again, you don't want to do this alone. And I've been really open and public in my alpha chat, just saying, hey, you know what? Man, I mean, this recent little pullback here wasn't that crazy of a pullback. I've seen much worse. Very healthy, very normal when it comes to these big pumps that we've been seeing as of late. So when we're at like the full peak of top of the bull run, I will be openly talking about it. But until we're there, I mean, I still see a lot more upside. And the biggest pitfall that a lot of people deal with in the bull run is just selling too early, and then you start revenge trading and feeling FOMO, of course, as well. When you see that you missed out an opportunity, you thought you sold at 100K Bitcoin, but then Bitcoin runs to like 135,000, right? You're like, oh, well, I'm always gonna regret that, right? It's always gonna be hard, and arguably it's impossible to time the exact top as well. And that's something that, especially if you're newer here in this space, that's something that you also kind of have to understand, that trying to time sorry, my screen is freezing here. Give me a second to reload it. Trying to make sure it's all working here. Give me a second. Trying to time the top is incredibly hard as well, but having like a range, an exit plan around certain levels is really important, regardless of what asset is, right? We're talking about XRP, but meme coins, RLUSD, whatever it is that you're super bullish on, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, do you have entry and exit points? And if you're new, chances are you don't. So that's why you got to be locked in and study and find people that have been here for years. I've been here for 5 years, studying the bear market in the trenches every day, being in the alpha chats, right? That kind of stuff, having real conversations. Because guess what? Sometimes people will literally show you tokens, show you whatever at the absolute top, just so that they can dump on you and buy their bags, and so they can get extra liquidity. Do not underestimate how many people are actually going to be doing that, and they don't have your best interests in mind. You basically should actually assume everyone has your worst interest in mind. And that's pretty much one of the best ways to actually not just get absolutely destroyed this cycle, which again is really, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it's dark and pessimistic, but you also have to protect your bags, because if you get rinsed this cycle, I mean, this might be one of the last actual cycles that we have in crypto. And I mean, if you guys have been here in XRP, you believe in all the money, you believe in all the liquidity, right? That kind of stuff, like you don't want to be out of the game essentially at these levels before we really have, I mean, the big, massive shift in the entire global financial system. I mean, we're talking about a $7.41 XRP essentially at the max extension, right around this range. Obviously, it'll change day to day. It looks like yesterday it was like $2.97. Now it looks like we're at $3.01. for XRP. So it's really just a day to day thing. It kind of fluctuates a little bit. I think this one's actually a little bit higher than it was yesterday. So continuing to watch as these extensions continue to grow. That's also something to really keep in mind for these. But again, if we are potentially getting Bitcoin at like $10 trillion, one of my main thesis for this entire space is anything in the top 10 that survives by the time Bitcoin is at 10 trillion, if that's really the thesis, right, to replace gold. Obviously Bitcoin will far surpass that if that thesis comes true. Anything in the top 10 will be a trillion market cap plus, and I've been saying that for a very, very long time, but a lot of people just don't really get it until this actual financial market, this financial system really shifts to that way. Like XRP, what is the market cap right now? Like 100 and hold on. 100 and where does it say it? 135 bill, right? That's like what, a 7x? That's about a 7x from here. So what are we at? So that's like a $15 XRP at a trillion. So I mean, we're talking $15 XRP, which is about double what I think we'll get to this cycle. Currently, at least, unless some major shifts happen, maybe ETH dumps, whatever, I mean, it replaces ETH, what have you. I mean, if that happens, obviously this chart is kind of irrelevant. It'll be double this. So I mean, we can just kind of zoom out and go from here to just straight here, right? Just do one of these impulse waves, go up to here, test it, whatever, go, and then basically top out around 15. That's a trillion. I mean, this is a trillion market cap. Essentially, you can't even, it's so high that you can't even really see it on the screen. But a lot of people are just kind of missing the point that, like, if Bitcoin, whether it's this cycle or the next cycle, whatever, like, these are the kind of levels that we're looking at. And let's just say XRP does top around like $7-8, which I think makes a lot of sense. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. It goes higher. I'm here for it because all of our memes will just go insanely higher than that. So let's say XRP tops here, does a normal 70% pullback. So, all right, let me raise it a little bit. So $8. What is 70% of $8? That's what, 700 mil from a billion, right? Or no. I'm doing the math wrong. 70% of 8 is what? Or of 1 is what? 0.7. So 0.7 times 8 is what? 5.6. So 5.6 minus 8 is what, like 2.4. So we could come back down to like $2.4. So oh my gosh, how does that always happen? So basically we could come back to $2.40. So basically around like $2.40 to like $3. So I'll just chart it basically where we're at right now. It's funny coincidence. If we have a good strong 70% pullback, which normally happens in the bear market, I mean, we could see something like this where, like I said, we trend, go through here, come through here, test the upper levels in this $8 range, come, and then we have our crash, whatever happens, and then we go to the bear market. But that's more or less for me. Obviously, I think this is super realistic and where we're kind of headed, but it's really fascinating. Like entering at this level, especially those of you guys that are newer to XRP, like entering at this level specifically, basically where we currently are at, could be the cheapest XRP you might ever get. And then just kind of fast forward a little bit into the rest of the cycle here. Let me just zoom this out. I mean, take screenshots. I mean, let's just see how accurate this is going into the bear market, right? We could see some pretty insane stuff. And obviously this is kind of, I think it'll happen way faster than this. So we're talking like almost straight up. It's a parabola, right? And then in this zone going into like 2026. So let me actually erase this one. Give me a second here. So something like this. And then obviously if we go to like a trillion market cap, then I mean, we're talking like some insane. And obviously this is just speculation, but we'd see some pretty massive moves. And then a big, I don't actually know what 70% from this level would be. What is that, 14? It would put us at like 14. We hit, that'd be what, $15? What did I say? $17? $15. So $15, what's 70% of that? Oof. Let's see, 7. What's 70% of 5? That'd be 3.5. So is that what, 10.5 minus? So that'd be like $5.50. Oh, I'm pretty much right at it. Look at that. All right, so that would put us at like the $5 to $6 range of XRP. So XRP pretty much, if we did hit like a trillion market cap, I'll erase this one now. So if we hit the trillion, right? This one's at like 500 mil. 500 billion market cap. This is at a trillion, right? That's how pretty much insane these cycles can get. If these are the kind of levels we're looking at, the current price of XRP is pretty much the cheapest XRP you could probably ever buy in your entire lifetime going into the next cycle. And then a trillion, $15 XRP would probably pull back in like the $5 to $6 range. That a double from here is potentially the cheapest you'll ever buy once we have the blow off top this cycle. So for people just kind of miss what's actually about to happen in this cycle, and just in crypto in general, like it's insane. But this is kind of where we're at. And then, like I said, when memes, I'm gonna pull up the Bert chart here shortly. Let me refresh it. So it loads by the time I share my screen. Like this is what I'm looking for XRP. Obviously, a lot of other tokens are going to do very similar. So let me just kind of give you guys the conservative. I'm always conservative, by the way, because I want to not be too moon boy. But this is like the minimums that I'm seeing for the cycle for XRP. So $2.30 around, what are we at? $2.39, I think it is. Yeah, 239.5, almost $2.40. Being around the $4 level, the $8 level for the top. I think that's a pretty solid extension from the $7.41 full extension. That puts us at like a 3.5x from here, 3.5x at the top. And then obviously if we go higher than that, we're at like a 7-ish x from this level. So 3 to 7x essentially. I think that's really incredible. And then we're basically starting to see memes around like 1 to 5 to 10 million market cap and sustaining, and then going from like 15 to 25 million and sustaining. All of those will do like 3 to 4x's just at this level at minimum, and hold at those levels on top of people making a ton of money in XRP and then gambling it further at these levels, going into like February, March, right? This is pretty much the screenshot. If you want to screenshot something, see what the chart looks like going into Q2 of 2025. Screenshot this, see how accurate it is. This one should probably be a little bit further this way though. There you go. I mean, I'd highly recommend screenshotting this. It kind of looks like a wave, funny enough. So look at that. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, screenshot it. Take a see what lines up where we go, where we end up in the cycle. But I could easily see this, and like I said, 3 to 5x from here. Easy, like 10 to 100x's for a lot of meme coins, specifically just at current levels. Not even if the meme coins just gain a lot of traction, onboarding. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to sign into First Ledger. I want to see how many people are active on the Telegram. I'll be right back. All right, so not a crazy jump from yesterday's space. I think we're up like maybe 2 or 3,000 from yesterday. What's up, everyone? I see a bunch of you guys just joining in on the spaces side of things. Feel free to request to come up if you want to come hang out. Just hit the button on the bottom left, and then link to the live stream if you want to jump up over there is up in the Jumbotron. So we're at 107,000 unique users. I don't know if anyone's like having multiple wallets or what have you, but that's definitely more than it was yesterday, even by a couple thousand. We had a good pullback yesterday. Let me pull the Bert chart up here as well. Let me just, the page is refreshed now, so give me a second here. We had a good pullback on most tokens over the course of basically this last week. It was very healthy, very much needed as well for a lot of tokens, a lot of charts. A lot of them got really overheated really fast. All right, let me share my tab here. So that was my XRP thesis for this cycle. Obviously, my reputation here is on the line when it comes to these, but I've been in this space for some time now, and I'm more than happy to just kind of chart and share with you guys what my honest thoughts are. So we'll get into some Bert charting here shortly. Again, if you want to follow along with my charting, follow along with the TA, hit the link up in the Jumbotron. Happy to chat with you guys, and let me know if you're bullish on Bert, bullish on XRP memes. Yeah, I mean, Bert's at 3.3 million. It looks like market cap. Again, a lot of tokens. So you guys should be able to see my screen now. And those of you guys in the spaces, feel free to jump in. I might have to update these because XRP, now that XRP is pumping again, they might actually be higher levels. We'll have to see. So let's see, 0.0078, and we are at 0.0014. So I'd have to do the math in my head for that one. Let's see, 14 to 15. not to 15 to 30 would put us at 6.6, and then 30 to 60 would put us at what is it, 13. So this is actually 13 million now. So let me delete this one. Second here. So this one's 13 mil. Yeah, I mean, basically every day that goes by, I'm just getting like more insanely bullish on these meme coins because as more XRP floods in, more XRP is paired to these tokens, more liquidity is added to these tokens. I mean, these are at the absolute top of whatever XRP ends up at. These market caps are just going to be mental. The liquidity pools are going to be incredible as well. So, okay, so this is at 13 mil now. What is this? A 25% move. So 25% of 13 is what? Let's see, 2.5 plus 250, so 2.75. So maybe this one's a little bit lower, or maybe I just charted it wrong. So let's see. This one is like 16 mil, somewhere on there. These are approximations. They're not like 100% spot on. I'd have to really do them in depth and pull my calculator out. But about 15, 16, 17 mil in this range. And I guess this one got a little bit, these two levels got a little tighter, I guess, or maybe I just put the wrong number. Maybe I averaged it wrong by maybe a million or two. Totally reasonable on that. All right, so 13 mil in this range, 16 mil at the recent all-time high. So yeah, during this last move here, our all-time high got to 11 mil. So this makes sense. This makes sense right here at the 13 million range. So to be able to basically retest, we're still in the structure that I drew up as well. And then if you guys are familiar with how do you pronounce it? The Wyckoff, I believe it's Wyckoff charting. Basically last Thursday, so almost a week ago, about 5 days ago, me and Yam were just talking about the current structure, specifically obviously for Bert. A couple other charts probably looked very similar as well. We're basically showing, hey, like with the Wyckoff structure, we are very close to the spring phase specifically, right? We have the SOS up in here, basically at this line. This is the accumulation phase. We saw it in the previous cup and handle as well down here. We're at 1.25 mil down here. Now we're very similarly leveled. We're about 2 to 3x higher. So of course, the next pump would be logically that much higher at these levels, which 11 to 13 million is 100% spot on still. And as I said, if XRP is 2 to 3x or obviously way more at the end of this cycle, a lot of these market caps are going to do way bigger numbers than people are expecting and realize. And it's going to really shock a lot of people. And it's just going to be like an insane meme coin blow off top as well. I'm not sure exactly like if XRP pulls back, what memes are going to do, because usually there is going to be like an insane meme coin cycle that happens after everything tops. And so we might actually see meme coin money flow from XRP actually into the meme coins as well. So that's going to be really fascinating to watch as well. So keep that in mind. Even if the XRP ratio does drop, I'm still expecting XRP to flood into the memes as well, because if a bunch of people make a bunch of money this cycle, they're going to want to still gamble, still find opportunities, and why not keep it in the same ecosystem by just transferring your XRP into meme coins as well. And arguably, it's already happening. That's where we're already seeing some pretty amazing moves and market caps for a lot of these tokens as well. So here's the Bert chart. As I said, it's still holding the zone. And of course, if you're familiar with the Wyckoff charting, we are currently near that spring zone phase, which again, we covered on Thursday. So if you missed our Thursday show, make sure to go back and listen to it. Everything was covered there. We called it. And that's where we're at currently. So if we see this next leg up here again, basically this 10 to 15 million zone is really where we start to see price discovery start to form, and a good strong base around these levels here of our previous bases and all-time highs. Once that's breached, I mean, we're going to see some pretty insane price discovery. And I mean, most of you guys, you don't have to believe me, but until it actually happens, people will be like, holy shit, like things are going crazy, you know, which tokens do I buy, whatever. Like you have to be locked in and bidding at these levels before everyone else. Again, 99% of people are probably going to be selling at these levels at the bottoms, because I mean, for various reasons, right? You might need money, what have you. That's fine. But ultimately, if you want to see these insane gains, you have to actually buying at the accumulation zones, which we've seen accumulation actually on Bert since October 24th, which is like day 7 or 8 of Bert actually existing. So we've pretty much been accumulating for almost like 2 months now. Next week will be 2 months. So I mean, the longer the accumulation phase happens, essentially, because we did have the big breakout, but pretty much this is like the only zone that wasn't accumulation, and then the brief like Saturday Sunday pump that we had like a week and a half ago, and then everything else has literally just been accumulation. So Bert has been accumulating this entire time essentially that it's been in First Ledger, and the next pump might actually be a lot higher than I'm expecting. I do believe 23 to 45 mil on the first range of extension is more than reasonable and conservative, depending on how high XRP runs. And then, of course, the next zone, about 50 to 60 million, is I think it's pretty solid as a zone because a lot of tokens are hitting on XRP here, 3.618 or the 4.236 as well. So, I mean, that leaves us at what, like a 20x from this level just for Bert alone. And that's at XRP's current price. I mean, we could be talking at 30 to 60x if XRP decides to like double or triple and go to all-time highs from here. So, I mean, if you guys are really just kind of fading what's going on, as I said in the spaces earlier, I was speaking a couple this morning, and just our shows in general. If you're not putting in like 100 XRP, maybe 1,000 XRP if you can afford it, or more, obviously if you have that kind of bankroll. And some of these memes, I mean, we're talking XRP could do a 3-4x, maybe 7x at a trillion market cap, and maybe beyond that if you really believe that. But if I can see an easy 10x, 20x at some levels of some of these memes, right? It's not just Bert. I mean, there's quite a few other tokens here on XRP that I think will do pretty well. But ultimately, why I'm even really serious or bullish on memes on XRP is simple. It's simple, right? It's this through and through. I believe memes not only will outperform XRP, but they're also paired with XRP. So the higher the XRP goes, just by nature, they're going to continue to pump, continue to run. And XRP and all previous cycles, when people are like, "Oh, well, this time isn't different," or maybe this time is different, right? Like this time actually is different. Why? Because we have meme coins now on XRP. No one has ever been able to buy an asset, to my knowledge, on XRP and then put in like 100 XRP and turn it into like 1,000 XRP or 10,000. When people start learning about that and the opportunities that these meme coins provide, in this way, obviously you got to pay for these outsized gains with risk, right? That's just how this game works. But when people realize the opportunities that are here, because I think there's a lot more opportunities if you play it smart, buy a lot of the top tickers, the top communities, the top memes, and go from there. I mean, a lot of people are going to realize, oh, like I can actually outperform the underlying asset as XRP. And if you really want to stack more XRP, for me, the best way I have been doing it personally is just by buying some of the memes and then just sitting on them. Because here's the other thing, like if you find yourself top blasting in these zones, if you're watching the chart here on the live stream, if you find yourself top blasting, like you really need to kind of take a step back and either one, like watch my shows, or two, like you got to get in a good alpha chat or just kind of talk. Okay, like what is the Fibs talk showing? What is the community saying? Is everything pumping, right? Because everything went to all-time highs pretty much at these levels. Like, are you actually a buyer here, or are you taking profits here? And based on your answer, I mean, that's something that you really need to answer for yourself at the end of the day in terms of where you want to end up this cycle. Because same question down here, right? Are you buying down here, or are you selling down here? I could ask you, we could go back in time, October 24, or in October 27, at the end of October. If you're not in my alpha chat, you didn't know. But if you're in my alpha chat, you saw I was basically screaming every single day saying, look, if you're not accumulating at this zone, 1.25 mil, I mean, you're gonna hate the rally, right? We went almost to 4 mil from there. The cup and handle was finished. I do believe we're still in the cup phase. We just had a massive overhyped move because everything just started getting crazy. We got a lot of onboarding going on there, and so just continuing to watch this accumulation basically play out. A lot of other tokens have very similar chart structures, a lot of accumulations happening at these levels because people are kind of getting the hint now that a lot of these tokens are going to start getting picked up because they believe they're going to start to outperform XRP, especially. Here's something else that people don't realize. Like as XRP gets near its top, I know a lot of people here, for whatever reason, don't believe that XRP has a top or there's just no stopping it or whatever. Like nothing goes up forever. You need to understand that there will be a top this cycle. Same with Bitcoin, same with Ethereum. The whole euphoric nature of this market where well, everything's up 1,000%. 3x, 5x, 10x, whatever. Like, well, obviously it can just go way higher. Like that is when you start thinking that, that's when you should be taking profits because there's going to be a 50% pullback, 70% pullback. It's healthy. It's normal. Like you have to really understand that for yourself. And obviously we're not there currently, but we've gotten taste of it in this run up for this cycle. Of course, we've gotten taste of it. We got to see it a couple times now. We got it on the beginning of November. We got it at the beginning of December. For all we know, this next leg up is the beginning of January. Maybe it's an every month thing for all we know. But the rate of these next legs, I mean, if we got to wait maybe a month for every single leg, I mean, I think that's incredible because some of these cycles take a lot longer than that. And I mean, seeing a lot of these tokens start to hold and sustain at these levels, maybe at these levels, at the full extensions up here, I mean, that would completely change everything that we think, everything that we know about XRP memes would fundamentally shift if we have a bunch of memes, high quality memes, not just any random meme. If we have a bunch of high quality memes that are onboarding people, their communities are strong at these levels, while XRP is around near $5, $6, $7, whatever. Like the inflows, the buys, the excitement, the engagement, like this would be perfect for like the next leg up going into January. And then if this does do like a December 1st type of thing, like the first week of December, a massive pump, that's what it looks like here. And I just kind of coincidentally charted it this way as well. But I just realized that, look at that. November 5th, November 3rd was the big pump for Bert, the first one. And then we had December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd for last weekend's big pump. So, I mean, if we get like a once a month, like massive pump, I mean, I'm cool with that. And then obviously, if XRP tops around this level, February, March, April range, I mean, we could have, in theory, 2 to 3 more leg ups every single month. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand either. Like, if we do run to like 25 to 50 million higher and sustain for a lot of the top tokens, which we're close, but we're not there yet for a lot of them until we get to those levels. For like if everyone in the top 10 was like 50 million and above, which I think could totally happen in the next few weeks, if that's what's in store for this first leg, I don't even want to know what the next 2 or 3 legs are before the top is in for XRP. And then of course the memes will kind of filter through with the profits from there. I mean, we could in theory have like 3 or 4 more legs of months worth of all-time highs for memes. Like a lot of people need to understand that this whole day-to-day trading, day-to-day price action, like is kind of, to be honest, outside of these big formations here, cup and handle, that kind of stuff, the day-to-day stuff is kind of irrelevant. I know that's hard to hear for a lot of people, just like trying to be in the trenches, trying to look at everything day to day, trying to say, oh, like we're up 30% on the 24-hour, like, oh, it's exciting, whatever. Like, no, like zoom out, look at the bigger picture, find people that can kind of help you with that if you need it. And just kind of lock in. You got to lock in. I know that kind of trended a little bit over I think it was yesterday or the day before. There was a bunch of tweets going on to lock in. Like, I can't, obviously it's kind of funny, but I can't stress enough, like, if we do have a few more, I mean, my thesis is kind of growing every day here. We do have a few more legs up. I mean, they could be a lot crazier than people expect. And all I can say at this point is just raise your targets, because if XRP does outperform most coins in this market, you better expect XRP memes to outperform a lot of other things in this market. And this whole 22x from here at the current price of XRP, that kind of stuff, like this is nothing. Like we could be talking about a 40 to 60 to 100x at this level. And people are not really, to be honest, people are not really prepared for that. You're going to be selling at this level or selling at this level and taking profits. Like if some people, I genuinely believe this. And I'm just going to put it all out there, right? I genuinely believe buying meme coins at some of these levels with a couple hundred XRP, maybe a couple thousand, depending how much you're able to spare. I genuinely believe at XRP's all-time high, depending on the price of these market caps, and obviously good, strong liquidity pools like Bert, these tokens could easily, like, I'm not even saying this just like to make it even hard. Like I kid you not, XRP at like $5 to $10, and some of these meme coins at like 50 mil to 100 mil will literally be printing millionaires. Like the liquidity pools for some of these tokens will be absolutely insane, and there will literally be millionaires just by putting in a couple, maybe couple thousand XRP, depending how early you are. Which I mean, 1 to like 5 million is pretty early for these. Once you start getting into like 5-10 million, it's a little bit less early. But obviously, if they start running to like 100 mil, obviously at like 5 mil, 10 million, obviously that's still like a 10-20x or more if we go past 100 million. So again, can't stress enough how ridiculously small, undervalued, how early, still at like 107,000 people on First Ledger, still ridiculously small, ridiculously early. The other thing is, I've been here on First Ledger since before it basically launched. I got to see it. I got to test it right when it launched, all that kind of stuff. I was there when 10 people were buying these tokens. Some people were trying to set up bots and stuff. I remember buying some of the first tokens, starting to trade them right. I'm really looking for the tokens. For me personally, I'm really looking for memes. I wrote a whole thread about this, but they got to be super original. Like I just genuinely believe that they will outperform most of the tickers. They have to be unique. They have to be original. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and that's fine. I'm just giving you guys my thesis. This is my personal view. They have to be scalable, right? It has to have an infinite meme potential. If you go look at Pepe or Bonk or Whiff, or I was talking about this in a space right before this. You look at like the absolute top Doge and Sheep or whatever, right? Sheep is a derivative, so I'll give them that, even though it's a dog. But they were the first one to talk about the actual breed of the dog, which technically is makes it its own thing, of course. But apart from that, I mean, pretty much any of like the absolute top tier billion market cap tickers, they are unique. They are their own thing. They don't have to rely on pretty much anything else. And then when you talk about like where these memes can actually go, you really want to understand that when we talk about narratives, we talk about ceilings for these tokens. Like these market caps that I have charted on here, like these aren't ceilings. These are psychological levels based on math, but meme coins could absolutely go way higher. Like this 60 million range is nothing. Like we could go to 100 million and without even taking a breather. Like that's what could happen in memes, and people are just like missing that completely. But the memes that I believe will do these kinds of things are original. They don't have to be derivatives or AI, copy pasta, whatever, right? Like they have to be something that has that kind of potential. And when you look at a Pepe or Whiff or Bonk or whatever, I mean, Pepe's on ETH, what have you, like something else that I've noticed in XRP, which this isn't FUD. Like, I hope people aren't taking this as FUD. And if you are, I mean, I can't really do much about that. But in terms of like lore specific, right? Like something that I didn't really think would be as prevalent in XRP, which I'm cool with it. Like I think XRP lore is cool. I like the memes that have it, that kind of stuff. But in terms of like a ceiling for lore specifically, how interested, how excited, how memeable that lore can become, that is the ceiling for whatever that is. Unfortunately, right? And every meme has a ceiling, whatever it is. It's really based off of how memeable, how strong the community rallies around the meme, right? How infinite is the meme, or is it not infinite at all, right? And so being able to just kind of watch that, test that, see as we continue to onboard which memes are bought, right, based off narratives, based off their memeability, that kind of stuff is really important. And I do believe when you do look at the top tokens on other chains, they are not contingent on Solana lore. There's pretty much no token that I know of that has succeeded because they made a token based off Solana lore. Same with Ethereum, right? There's not a single one that's like based around Ethereum or something. And so we really kind of take a wider perspective out. Again, this isn't FUD to any tokens with XRP lore or whatever. I think XRP lore is cool for what it's worth. But I have tried to study and look at which tokens from other chains have done exceedingly well. And they are the infinite memes at the end of the day. They're not contingent on pretty much anything. They stay in their own lane. They're doing their own thing. And you go on the gifs right now, right? You go type them in, and you type in Bert, you type in Pepe, you type in Doge, you type in whatever it is that you've seen that's a good meme, and you're going to see their gifts at the top. You know, that's just what happens because you continue to see the community, the team, just the overall culture continue to produce really strong content that makes it stand out over time. Like all this, like donating to KOLs and signing VC deals and all that kind of like BS. Like all that is very, very short term pumps, short term market making, that kind of stuff. Like if you genuinely want to take your memes, your meme game serious, building those strong foundations, that kind of stuff. This is even FUD to the ones that are doing that. It's just straight up, hey, like we want to find the tokens that are here building for the long term. You want to see the ones obviously that'll have the strongest fundamentals, strongest communities. And unfortunately, the VCs, the KOLs, whatever, if they get your tokens for cheap, maybe they'll put in a certain amount of their own money for cheap. But guess what? They're going to dump it, unfortunately. And the communities that have to deal with that, they're going to start to see the results of that very soon. And that is going to be unfortunate because those tokens will start to underperform. I believe that. We've seen it on Solana. If you're new and maybe you've just been in XRP and you haven't seen any of this stuff, you haven't had to deal with the metas, like that happens. That used to happen quite often on Solana until they had something like Pump Fund, that kind of stuff as well. It's very important to just kind of try to learn as much as possible and kind of get out of the cycle of like, oh, like XRP is its own thing and like XRP memes, like we're the shit or like we're better than everyone, whatever. Because like I've been in plenty of chains that they think that their chain is the best and it's number one and whatever, right? But XRP definitely could fit that bill, but it doesn't mean that you can't get rugged, you can't be rinsed out your tokens depending on your team or the community, right? Like just because you donated tokens to a KOL doesn't mean that they're just going to hold them forever and then you just got free marketing off them. Like that is not that is not what's happening here. And I need a lot of community members to see communities, teams, tokens getting rinsed by these people. Are they buying your tokens? I mean, I want to find the tokens that if all these KOLs talk about it, when are they buying it themselves? You know, I want to see. I'll buy that token. Shit, I don't care what token it is. I'll buy whatever token if they're more than willing to put their money where their mouth is. Yes, they talk about their anonymous wallets and whatever BS, but I mean, until you actually see it on chain, which everything's on chain here. I mean, what's the point of saying that? You know, so you got to protect your communities, especially if you're running these tokens as well. And for community members, I mean, we got to wise up and take it seriously. I'm betting, obviously, Bert has taken a position. We're not going to be paying KOLs, not going to be paying VCs, getting free, getting cheap Berts on discounts so they could dump them later on the community, that kind of stuff. Like those are the communities. That's the kind of vibes and culture that I'm looking for personally, and I'm super bullish on those. And as I said, the memes that I do believe will far exceed these levels, even from current levels, 3 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil, 1 million market caps, which are the potential 100x plays and beyond. They got to have strong memeability, strong communities around those memes, and they cannot have a ceiling. If their narrative is too weak, whatever the narrative is, I'm not gonna call out tickers. It's not really something that's necessary. But if you start talking about narrative and what is the narrative of specific tokens, it's going to hit you kind of really fast, really hard. Like, oh, okay, this is the narrative. This is the vibe. This is the culture that's being pushed and produced from this token. This is how high it'll probably go because this is why ultimately people are buying. But for me, and I'll just kind of get personal here, like for me, why I was convinced and why I was just kind of sold personally, right? No one told me to buy Bert. I saw it pretty much day one. I faded it day one because I just like I was looking at a bunch of tokens. I was trying to learn. I was studying because I was newer to XRP memes. Obviously, everyone was at the time, obviously. But I just kind of faded it. I didn't really look at it too much. There was a lot of tokens coming out, granted. So I was just kind of like doing a sweep of everything. And I was in some like DJ and alpha chats and we were trading stuff. So I was just kind of like missing it, you know? And then day two, I looked at it. I think their website came out day two. That was probably why I faded it. So I don't think the website was up right away. If it was, then maybe I faded for something else. And then I clicked on the website. I looked at it, which isn't the current website. It was the first website they put up. I looked at it. I read their bio. They said it says I'm pretty sure it's the same bio still, but it just says right GM. I Bert. Bert is bird. I fly high. Bert number one XRP. Right. I think they modified it a little bit, but it said like Bert is bird. Bert is Bert. Bert fly high. It was something like that. And when it kind of clicked for me when I was reading it because I'm like, oh, okay. Like it doesn't have to be like contingent on how successful XRP is. It doesn't have to have like this crazy lore or something even cool lore for that matter. It just has to be something simple, something palatable, something that people kind of just understand. And they don't have to ask a ton of questions to get it, right? Like that's ultimately what I was looking for and have been looking for a long time on other chains. Obviously, kind of getting in Pepe early, right? Or Bonk or Whiff, right? Like it's a dog. Whiff is a dog with hat, right? What is the ceiling for a dog with hat? There isn't one because it's cute, it's funny, it's adorable, whatever, right? Like you can put on a picture and people are like, oh, it's a cute dog, whatever, with the hat. The hat doesn't come off, that kind of stuff, right? Like that's the vibe that I'm looking for when I'm looking for like that next $1 billion market cap ticker. And then we come over here to XRP memes and I'm looking for it, right? It's probably going to be an animal, right? Most of the top tickers are animal related or maybe culture related, right? We're starting to see some of those pop up on Solana and start to gain traction, I should say. But you have Pepe, right? It's a frog. Um, Avalanche. We don't talk about Avalanche, but Avalanche is actually like a chicken or something too, which is funny. It's completely different than Bert, obviously, but it's funny to see Avalanche has a bird type as well, which is cool. Shout out to all the birds out there. Love the birds, but yeah, I mean, Bert, just keeping it simple, straightforward, not trying to be anything that it's not. Bert is bird at the end of the day, and then Bert fly high. I mean, you can't really, for me at least, you can't put a ceiling on a very simple, not dragged out, not exhaustive narrative when it comes to memeability. And when you basically create something that's anti-fragile, where you obviously people have flooded Bert a ton from day one for basically no reason. I haven't found anything good enough to FUD Bert personally, but I love the FUD. It's something that one, it just gives a bunch of exposure, but two, like it's just baseless and unfounded. I haven't seen anything that is worth the FUD, and it is unfortunate because the Bert team, the Bert community has done some pretty incredible things here. We don't really brag about like being first on BitTree and that kind of stuff. It's kind of irrelevant. Like, but it's just something that the XRP community coming together, understanding like where we are in relation to other memes on other chains and the standards that other memes have put out on other chains. For me personally, it makes no sense for the entire community not to come out and support the Bert community. One of the first XRPs, one of the first memes on XRP as well. And in my opinion, continuing to set new standards, showing up and supporting other communities from day one, adding them into animations for free, that kind of stuff as well. Like to me, that goes a long way. I do believe Bert will continue and moving forward, we'll start to really outperform. It's not a competition. I don't believe we're really competing with any other memes in this ecosystem. I don't believe other memes are competing with other memes in this ecosystem as well. It's not this kumbaya, everyone's holding hands. I don't believe that for a second, because that's just not how the market works. That's not how any of this stuff works. Everyone's definitely not going to win or succeed here. But I do believe the ones that show up every day, continue to create incredible, legendary content, support one another, that kind of stuff will easily grow a community and continue to grow moving forward. I believe that. And it's not that easy to create fake market caps in this space. So your top 10, top 15, top 20 isn't everything that it's cracked out to be. You need to really study where these wallets are, who's trading, who's manipulating the markets. Again, I'm not here to call out tokens or whatever. It's irrelevant. But finding the communities, finding the infinite memes, as I'm calling them here, like the Pepes, the Bonks, whatever, that's where you really want to be taking seriously, because that's ultimately where the market chooses on other chains. And XRP is just so incredibly early that when we start to see these actual legs up, it's like, oh, okay. Like we want memes that are funny. Bert, I mean, Bert has like one little eye, one big eye, whatever. Like he's kind of schizo. Like that kind of narrative, that kind of vibe is something that really resonates with a lot of people, and it resonated with me like right away once I really started to look at the website. The team is amazing. The community is really amazing, rallying around it as well. Just kind of seeing the overall vibe that Bert is producing. That's what gets me super excited. I'm betting, and I believe that a lot of other people are getting excited about it too. And like I said, the FUD, the baseless FUD that I've seen come through for Bert, towards Bert, that kind of stuff. The community members, is it's awesome because again it's more exposure, and I've pretty much not seen a single other token get the kind of FUD that Bert has, which is really awesome. It's really funny to watch, and yeah, I mean Bert is going to continue to move forward. I've gotten DMs, I've gotten messages saying take the fucking Bert to Solana, has nothing to do with XRP, whatever. Like that is not true. That is not true at all. We're continuing to build culture here, continue to onboard people. I've onboarded a ton of people to XRP already, memes. I'm bullish on a bunch of tickers, not just Bird as well. But being able to come together, support one another, and onboard is really going to be the name of the game at this point. And creating incredibly high quality content to me is what'll win out in terms, not competing wise, but win out in terms of like onboarding. I'm really focused on onboarding people. I don't really care about the day to day fluctuations of like 1 million, 5 million, 10 million market caps. I think all that's irrelevant. Like literally everything that's happening right now is completely irrelevant until we're at like 10 to 50 million market cap swings a day. That's when you're going to seriously be able to see massive buys, real organic buys, not this fake bullshit that we're kind of seeing some on some tokens, whatever. Again, not trying to call them out. Just we've seen some stuff already happen when we see some real organic strong growth, which we have seen a lot of it already. But I do believe once we see like one or two more massive legs, we're going to see some pretty incredible moves. A ton of people are going to be in profit, big profit, of course, ideally life-changing profits. And I mean, you love to see it. And once we get to those levels, I do believe those infinite memes are going to be basically everything else will be weeded out. And you're going to start to see the really strong memes have strong communities forming around them. You got to be able to go on different posts, type in GIF, right? And post those memes. If you're bullish on those memes, go post them. It helps them with the trending, helps them with the search when you do it as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm watching it. I'm studying other chains to see just kind of where XRP is heading. But for right now, we're seeing a lot of the lower stuff start to dominate because we still have a lot of XRP maxis, a lot of XRP focused people here, which is totally fine, very normal, very healthy in this time. But once we really start to onboard people from other chains, I do believe they're going to look for some other stuff. So that's just my theory. I could be wrong. I came from another chain to XRP. I've held XRP for a long time, for many years, but being deep in the lore, being deep in the community. I spent my time on another chain in Hbar. Those of you guys that have been watching my shows for a while, you guys know that already. And watching that, a lot of people are fixated on a lot of specific things here, right? But when you come from other chains, you're really going to look for narratives. You're going to look for memeability. That's what a lot of people are looking for at the end of the day. And I'm right there with them. That's why I look at Bert. I look at a few others. I liked Plotty's come on the show, K Cup. Right, there's a few others that are just like really strong animals, really strong memes, and I'm looking at those. Right, there's a few others that are starting to pop up that I'm really excited for as well. But if you're not locked in, you're not finding the tokens that maybe you're not in my alpha chat either. If you're not in my alpha chat, we got a bunch of people up in there making calls pretty much every day, looking for new token launches, and of course charting tokens and seeing where they're headed, that kind of stuff as well, and just bull posting, giving honest thoughts as to the market state. Right, I keep telling you guys like, hey, I'm just going to use this as my journal when I feel max fear, max max greed, whatever. I'll let you guys know, and maybe the charts will reflect that as well. So yeah, I appreciate everyone that came and tuned in today. Shoot me a DM if you want to join the alpha chat. It's free. I'm not asking anything from anyone. I'm happy to support you guys, support your journey. I hope as many people as possible win in this cycle. I don't hope the grifters and the people taking your tokens and your funds out and dumping on you, I hope that they get the least amount. But unfortunately, a lot of people have to learn the hard way this cycle because XRP memes are so brand new that a lot of tokens, communities, teams, they do have to learn. And they do have to learn the hard way. And a lot of these holders are going to learn by which tokens continue to outperform, where these tokens are headed, of course. This is just my thesis. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I'm just studying the patterns, studying the market, studying the trends, and of course, studying the communities and the memeability of these tokens. Well, I appreciate everyone that came out and supported here at the Bert Community Live show. Feel free to request to come up anytime in our future shows. We are hosting shows Monday through Friday, all weekdays at 6 p.m. EST, the place to be in XRP. I appreciate everyone that came out and tuned in today. Again, welcome to the Bert Community Stream. These shows are all recorded as well. So if you missed any of the alpha, make sure to go back and listen to it. Buy Bert token here at first_ledger. Go check out the newest XRP meme trading platform. XRP meme coins are gigascending. We had a recent pullback, super healthy for the market here. XRP pullback as well. This next leg up will be biblical. I'm calling it now. Lock in, you guys. This is going to be an absolute crazy bull run. Let's see it through to the top of the market. I'm going to close the space out here. And if you guys want to listen to the Bert song, hit that link up in the Jumbotron right now. We're going to close the space out right now. Let's close the show with the Bert song. Much love, everyone. I will catch you all tomorrow, December 11th, Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST. Much love, you guys. Peace, y'all.
Highest Bert, Bert is the word is Bert. Doesn't something haters getting Bert hurt, Bert drops a golden